break it, burn it down. No road dust in the crowd. Light it up. We don't stop, we blow past record clutch. Light it, break it, burn it down. PGR in the rearview now. They ain't touch. Light it up. On the rearview now, they ain't touch. Light it up. On the doors with a death wish drift. Light it up. Light it up. Check your flag in a mosh pit grip. Hit the wall, don't flinch, get savage. We race like chaos and package damage. Trash talk good, we love the static. PGR like this, leaves volcanic. Light it, break it, burn it down. No, spark that fight, but light it up. Full set, every damn night. Trash talk, we good, we love the static. PGR light, this leaves volcanic. Light it up, spark that fight, what? Light it up, full set, every damn night. Light it up. We don't stop, we blow past record clutch. Light it up. We don't stop, we blow past record clutch. Light it up. PGR in the rear view, no, they ain't touch. Light it up. On the doors with a death wish drift. Light it up. Checker flag in a mosh pit grip. Hit the wall, don't flinch, get savage. We race like chaos and package damage. Trash talk good, we love the static. PGR like this, leaves volcanic. Light it, break it, burn it down. Light it up. Full set, every damn night. Track. Light it up! Lit fuse, no brakes, we don't play safe. Back in the pack, now we punching in the main stage. Draft team cut low like a blaze. Great slide jumps hit like an 808 bass wave. Rip it, break it, burn it down. No road dust in the crowd. Light it up. We don't stop, we blow past record clutch. Light it, break it, burn it down. PGR in the rearview now. They ain't touch. Light it up. On the rearview now, they ain't touch. Light it up. On the doors with a death wish drift. Light it up. Light it up. Check your flag in a mosh pit grip. Hit the wall, don't flinch, get savage. We race like chaos and package damage. Trash talk good, we love the static. PGR like this, leaves volcanic. Light it, break it, burn it down. No, spark that fight, but light it up. Full set, every damn night. Trash talk, we good, we love the static. PGR light, this leaves volcanic. Light it up, spark that fight, what? Light it up, full set, every damn night. Light it up. We don't stop, we blow past record clutch. Light it up. We don't stop, we blow past record clutch.
Welcome in, everybody, to race number 8 of the Ruff Neck Racing Madness Money Racing Series. Here tonight at the Daytona International Speedway. Once again with the Xfinity cars. Been seeing a lot of them as of recent. But before we get any details into the race, we're going to go ahead and pull up tonight's starting grid. We've got Alex Hill for Nightmare Esports starting P1 in his number 77 black and purple machine. Next to him, we got Kyler Wynn in the 82, going to be starting in second. Austin Green, fellow broadcaster, starting in third here tonight. Dylan Basin will be fourth for the Jack Shack. Daniel Falkingham will be fifth. Kenny Reel, sixth. Brian Hennings for Team PGR in seventh. Chris Walker, also for the Jack Shack, in eighth. Jared Haynes for the Jack Shack in ninth. And Chase Mistretta for Nightmare Esports in 10th. Trevor Osmernoth will be starting in 11th. Jeff Merck will be 12th. 13th place will be Hunter Hastings, Freddie Baznez 14th, Brock Westmoreland 15th, Axel Smith 16th, Adam Young 17th, Sean Corbett 18th, Mike Davenport 19th, and Chris Ramsey rounds out the top 20. Malik Ray will be starting 21st, next to his teammate Stephen Miles in 22nd. Dylan Jones will be 23rd, Daniel Everhart in 24th. 25th, we've got Nash Brambilla, Nick Seipel will be 26th. Sterling Thess will be 27th, Josh McCullough 28th, Chris Melton 29th, and Miles Bagley will be starting 30th. Christopher McCullough starting 31st, Tucker McLennan 32nd, Kenneth McCullough 33rd, and Mark Vondell will be starting in the 34th position here tonight. And that is our full starting grid, 34 cars on deck for you in this race tonight. As they start pulling off, there's a look at the 77 of Alex Hill and Kyler Wynn pulling off next to him. And it's surely going to be a fun one. 60 laps here at a night Daytona race. It's going to look really cool. I don't think I've ever personally broadcasted a night race, especially at Daytona before on PGR eSports, but here we are. So it's going to be a fun one to try and watch here tonight. Albeit, you know, being the racer that I am, kind of experience here at Daytona in the night time on iRacing, and usually it's kind of netcode heavy, especially in the Xfinity cars. So probably got to be on the lookout for some of that here tonight. Hopefully we won't see it too much, but again, you never really know with iRacing and how netcode tends to rear its ugly head quite often. And I'm going to go ahead and preface this also. There's some slight technical difficulties that have been occurring with our overlays that we use here with SDK Gaming, and you can kind of see a result of that over there. You can't even see 9th and 10th place. That might be something that we're going to have to deal with for the rest of the race. I can try and take a break somewhere in the middle and see if I can get it sorted out. But right now we're just going to leave it as it is and just deal with it, I guess. And it don't look pretty, I know, but we're going to do our best to work our way through it. Take a look at the front of the field. Alex Hill, Kyler Wynn, and Austin Green. Let's go ahead and pull up tonight's race info. Ruff Neck Racing, Xfinity cars, 60 laps, 40% in the fuel tanks, 2 sets of tires, no fast repair fix setups, and 1 attempt at a green-white checkered. Pretty standard sort of race info, usually what we see a lot of times. Nothing too crazy on there. So, at least that's not being thrown at any of these drivers tonight. Pace car is going to be rolling in this time by. And there it goes for the 77 of Alex Hill and the 82 of Kyler Wynn. Going to be rolling into the Geico restart zone. The green flag's in the air, and we are racing at Daytona. Field comes to complete lap number 1. It looks like Alex Hill's just going to have a nose ahead of Austin Green in the number 34 car with a push from Kyler Wynn. As the field enters turn number 1, we saw a little bit of a hint of a third lane starting already. I believe that was Jeff Merck and Chase Mastretta, but they pretty quickly pulled out of that, decided against doing that this early as Jeff Merck went all the way to the bottom lane about 4 cars back from where the double file starts. Chase Mastretta's kind of blinking right there. Hunter Hastings in the 44 going to pull up next to him. It looks like Freddie Baznez goes up there to that third lane to try and make something happen, but nobody home for the 20 car with his his paint scheme right there. Sorry, I just caught on to what that is. It's a free Evan Carlbon paint scheme that Freddie Baznez has on. I think we all know the story of what happened with Mr. Carlbon in Monday night's Light Series race, and there's Freddie right there showing his support for Mr. Carlbon. It's kind of pretty funny to see that, but we'll look back up front. It's still Alex Hill, Kyler Wynn trying to control these lanes. Alex Hill well clear right here. Look for him to move up back in front of the bumper of Kyler Wynn when he gets back up to him. Try and control these temps and control these lanes a little bit further. Maybe not. Austin Green's going to go up there, and Hill's going to try and block him, but Green manages to get to that right rear quarter panel. Not sure Austin's really going to appreciate that this early on. Austin's a very clean driver. Wouldn't expect Alex to do that to someone that he likes, but hey, Alex Hill's out here. He's trying to make a statement early on lap 3, coming to lap 4 here. And there's a hint of that third lane coming back. Jeff Merck trying to make it start up there, but just really not looking too popular right now with everyone back there. I think that's Chris Ramsey in the 8 car trying to go with him. He thought about it. Sure enough, it was, but he's going to think better of it. Now Merck all hung out to dry up there on the third lane of the racetrack. Alex Hill continues to lead with Austin Green to his outside. Pretty calm so far. I mean, look, we've only got, 8 rows deep of anything racing-wise that isn't single file. You look out back, everyone else is hanging back out here. We'll go back and take a look at them real quick. Starting with Nash Brambilla, there's Malik Ray, Dylan Jones, Stephen Miles, Nick Seipel. They're all hanging back right now, trying to save a little bit of that fuel. Jeff Merck don't want to be sitting back anymore, though. Look at him. He's making some pretty solid progress up there just by himself, and I think that is Freddie Baznez up there. It sure enough is trying to go up there and give him a little bit of help in his efforts, but it's just not looking good right now for that third lane as Merck really starts to lose ground here now. You see Alex Hill in 77 move back up in front of Austin Green. That's going to leave Daniel Falkingham, the leader of the bottom lane now. No, that third lane's starting to get a little bit more popular. Hunter Hastings goes up there. Chris Ramsey still taking a look at that number 8, but he's going to decide against it once more and file back in behind the other number 8 of Chase Mastretta. Guy's getting a little loose up here, it looks like. Or not, maybe not loose, but a little bit wiggly around there, kind of in the middle lane. I saw Kenny Real, Dylan Basin, Kyler Wynn topside. Jeff Merck's going to come down into Dylan Basin. It's going to have contact with Jared Haynes, Trevor Osmernoff. Everyone saves it. And now Kyler Wynn with a hard charge up to that top side, and he's going to be dead even with Hill and Falkingham into turn number 1. Now he's going to start trying to lose that a little bit, but Jeff Merck's going to come back with a push out of the corner, and he's going to have all that momentum from the top side of the racetrack. Kyler Wynn, oh, look at Alex Hill dooring him. Trying to get up there, get on that side draft for Kyler Wynn, make sure he doesn't clear him, and doing a pretty good job of it so far. Not going to allow the 82 to clear this time. Hill with the momentum back into turn number 3. And Falkingham, he's just being calm down there. He's got Brian Hennings behind him, Jared Haynes, Trevor Osmernoff, a pair of Jack Shack teammates right there, 3rd and 4th on the bottom lane of the racetrack. And Falkingham, look at him. He's pretty clear right here. He might have a look at getting up in front of Alex Hill. Maybe not just yet, as Hill's going to have the momentum once more. And that third lane starts to die out a little bit. Goes back to the 2nd row, starting to fade to the 3rd row with Dylan Basin. Jeff Merck must be getting a little hot up there. And now Hunter Hastings bails, but oh, look at that. Austin Green, strong move topside to get in front of Kyler Wynn. And that's going to allow Falkingham to easily clear up to the middle lane in front of Alex Hill, and that's going to hurt Austin Green's efforts. As now Brian Hennings in the 74 car. Bottom lane really rolling here tonight. They've been clearing a lot of guys up the racetrack. We saw Alex Hill. He was obviously the pole sitter. He came up at one point and then started shuffling back Kyler Wynn a little bit. Then here comes Austin Green. He's going to get up there. Now Daniel Falkingham moves up to the middle, and now Brian Hennings on the bottom side of the racetrack. Now we have officially got our 3 wide racing, as it's still the same cast of characters in the 3rd lane. Austin Green, Kyler Wynn, Jeff Merck, Freddie Baznez. Nobody else really wanting to take a look at that just yet, as Hill doors Green, and Green saves it. Gets a little bit of a scrape of the wall right there, and that's really going to kill the 3rd lane now. Couldn't tell if that was netcode or a little bit of contact initiated by the 77 car. You see Jeff Merck bails out, so did Freddie Baznez, and Kyler Wynn is going to get sent all the way to the back. Right here, definitely not what he was looking for this early, and he's about to get contact from the 44 of Hunter Hastings. But they're going to save that too. Back up front, Falkingham clears back down in front of Brian Hennings. And Alex Hill still up here with Dylan Basin behind him now. And Kenny Real, Chris Walker. Back there, 4th in line, Kyler Wynn finally finds a spot down out of that 3rd lane. Austin Green getting sent all the way to the back. Right here after pretty tumultuous opening 9 laps for the 34 car. But hey, Kyler Wynn hopped back up there. He's thinking about it at least. He's going to come back down. And all those guys in the back, look at that long line of cars just sitting there riding. They see what's going on up here. They don't like what they see. Falkingham clearing back up in front of Hill. Might have got enough of the 3 wide racing now. All the drivers kind of saw what was going on with it. Not too stable here tonight, so maybe they're just now going to reserve themselves back to going 2x2 and trying to log some laps here. We are only on lap 10 after all. And we're looking at that 40% in the fuel tanks. Now, if memory serves me correctly, that's going to be about maybe 16-ish laps of fuel. Maybe a little bit more than that. It kind of varies. I can't keep up with it all personally. We'll see. Either way, that's not a lot to have, so we should probably be seeing a lot of pit stops here tonight. And the way it's looking so far, we'll be approaching a green flag pit stop here, and that's always fun to watch. Falkingham clears back up in front of Hill, just controlling these lanes, doing everything he can to regulate the temperatures of the 74 and the 77 so he can continue to keep his advantage up front. But look at the run on the bottom. Brian Hennings. Tremendous run on the bottom side of the racetrack with Jared Haynes and Trevin Osmernoth in tow. Now Brock Westmoreland makes an appearance, fourth in line on the bottom. Axel Smith's back there hanging just inside the top 10. Look at Kyler Wynn. He's going to try and do it again with Freddie Bazinez. Maybe not. They're going to file back in line as Falkingham clears. Let's go back and take a look at them. They're really trying to go up there and try and make something happen, but look at Chris McCullough up there. Chris McCullough going a lap down early. I did notice that he wasn't on the grid tonight. He had to start this race from the pits, so he's already going to go one lap down. Tough break for Chris McCullough. Look at Dylan Basin in that 11 car. He's getting real hot. You can see him try and peek that right side of the car out, cool that water temp down for Basin, and he's going to connect back with Alex Hill. Really doing a pretty good job here with Alex. Falkingham cleared back down. Alex might get a look, but they're getting a little squirrely. He will get a look down back in front of Daniel Falkingham. Great surge from the top side of the racetrack right there. Really, we haven't really seen that so far tonight. The outside lane really getting a lot of momentum and some great pushes from Dylan Basin allows Alex Hill to come back down and clear Daniel Falkingham. Seems like the bottom lane was really surging there for a few laps, and now the outside's kind of got their act together. As Basin with a nose ahead of Hill into one, so who knows? Maybe this is sort of changing on us. Let's take a look at the weather for tonight. Only 79-degree track temp. That's really cool. Really, really cool temperatures. Now, you would think that's a good thing, and usually it is. For tire wear and things like that, the tires aren't going to be getting too destroyed on these Xfinity cars. It's really kind of the only super speedway car that we see have those problems with tire wear on the racetrack under racing conditions is this Xfinity car. But 79 degrees, it shouldn't be anything too bad tonight, entering, exiting pit road, or anything of that nature. Other than that, looking at the temperatures and the regulation of the temperatures that these guys are trying to do right now, again, you'd think a cooler track is better. Not necessarily. Ambient temperature you see right there is 78 degrees. When it's cool like that, Chase Mastretta's in the wall in the back. Not sure what that was about. He's going to recover, but that was an odd look for Chase Mastretta right there. Hopefully he can get back up and continue on in the race. But other than that, back to what I was talking about. When it's cool, you don't really have humidity. I mean, there's still humidity, but not obviously as much at nighttime and how much it would be during the daytime. And when that happens, when the track is hot, that creates a sort of separation between all the cars, which allows for obviously more air temperature to become, and when wind and air to go through your car and cool your car down quicker. When it's cool like that and everyone's tightly packed together, that doesn't present that opportunity for you. So it's going to be an interesting kind of balance that we're going to see here tonight, considering what the temperature is outside on the racetrack and what the track temp is. Only a 1 degree difference, and it's not anything crazy. So hopefully we should be getting some good green flag pit stops. Nobody blowing any entries or anything like that. Ooh, Chris Walker getting real loose out of turn 4. Getting in between his two teammates, Jared Haynes and Trevin Osmernoth. Let's go back real quick. Let's take a look at Chase Mastretta. Let's see, as he recovered, he's got a little bit of damage. There's Chase Mastretta on both ends of his bumper. Not sure what's going on there. He's got a tremendous run here, but he's going to let off the gas and file in behind Tucker McClendon. Let's take a look at the chat real quick. Quentin Steinbach in the chat, one of our Light Series drivers that we see pretty often, saying he loves Tucker McClendon. Well, we do too. We always bring him up there in the booth with us. Always a fun time having Tucker talking to us while he's racing under green flag conditions. And speaking of that, Quentin's asking a McClendon green flag interview. But as we're talking about that, look at this. The entire field coming down for pit stops, and there's contact in the back. Adam Young, I think, is going to go around, and he will. So will Chase Mastretta. And Sean Corbett's going to get a piece, and the yellow flag flies here on lap number 17. Bad night gone to worse for Chase Mastretta early in this race. Now he has a bunch of nose damage on his car, as it looked like Adam Young got hit into pit road in that 22 car, sending him around. Let's go back and take a look real quickly at the 22 car. We'll back this up. Sure enough, that is going to be the case. Let's take this up top, get a better view of it. So here's the 22 car of Adam Young coming in to enter pit road. Everything's clean for now. But then the 8 car is going to come in and lock the brakes up. He does a good job trying to avoid Adam right there, but that's just going to spin him out. As he gets into Miles Bagley, he's going to get into the wall. How does Chase Mastretta go around right here? That's strange. Let's take a look at Chase, because it looked like that might have been from the other 8 car of Chris Ramsey also. Let's find Chase real quick. And we'll back it up once more. So Chase is behind this. Adam Young gets spun into the pits, and then Tucker McClendon gets into Chris Ramsey right there, and into Chase Mastretta. Let's back this up one more time. They really get a good view of that. So Ramsey's slow, and then he tries to turn down across Tucker McClendon's nose, and then Chase Mastretta's right there. And then Sean Corbett nowhere to go in the 45. All things considered, not a ton of damage to go around for anybody here. It's low speeds coming into pit road. Chase Mastretta obviously had some prior rear end damage. He's got a little bit of nose damage as well. Let's go on board. Let's go on board Chase first. Why not? We'll see what his view was of all this. He kind of saw the beginning and the ending of this one. Good entry for Chase. Look at him. Catching up all that track position. Young spins. Chase goes to avoid, and then all of a sudden, bam! Just gets spun. And then a nose right there from the 45 of Corbett, but Chase is going to continue onward, hopefully get all his damage fixed, and continue on in the race. Let's back this up again, and let's take a look at Chris Ramsey, I say, since that's kind of where this started here. Trying to find him. There he is. Gonna back this up again. So here he is. You know, that's not egregious by any means by Chris Ramsey. Kind of surprised Adam Young even spun, to be honest, because that was some fairly light contact. Not light, but you know, it wasn't substantial by any means. Let's take a look at Adam Young, his cockpit, and see what he was seeing here. Because Adams, here he is, a little conservative entry here, get a little aggressive right there, trying to catch up Steve Miles, and all of a sudden he's spinning, and Miles Bagley's right there. Spins him right into the pit boxes, which makes them kind of ghost through each other, so Adam really got saved right there. And then you see Chase Mastretta as he recovers from his spin. So let's go back live. There's a look at Adam sitting in pit road at the moment. Chase Mastretta still sitting in the pits as well. Still got a pretty good amount of damage. I want to see the nose on his car. That rear bumper, half of it's looking better. But that nose, I can't really see if we can get a good look at it. Maybe not just yet. It looks all right from here. But we'll check on Chase later. Is that bumper, that rear bumper, definitely continuing to look better for him. It's good news for him. There's Adam Young once more. Daniel Eberhardt is still sitting in pit road right here. And he's going to pull away now. Let's look at Tucker McClendon leaving pit road. And Sean Corbett. Let's take a look at his nose. His nose is completely repaired. So, good news is, I think everyone's going to really get away with one here, I should say. But that will draw our first yellow flag of the night. You got a nice little green flag run in. Wish we could have completed that green flag cycle. But the pace car lights are off now. For Dylan Basin, Alex Hill, Malik Ray, Jared Haynes, Trevor Osmoroth, Axel Smith up here, Nick Seipel, Miles Bagley, Mike Davenport, Chris Ramsey will be the top 10 for this restart. Let's take a look at Mistretta now. There he is with a brand new race car, it looks like, for Chase. So good news for him. Don't think anyone else was really recovering from anything too crazy. Adam Young, maybe still a little bit of left front damage for Adam, and some scrapes on the side of the car. That's probably going to be there for the rest of the race, but again, it doesn't look too bad at all for Adam. So that's good. That's nice. It's refreshing. We didn't lose anybody in this one. And we'll go back before that pit cycle started to back to the chat with the original Quentin Steinbach comment saying we need a McClendon green flag interview. I would try to do that. Unfortunately, he is not in a call in the RNR server at the moment, so I can't do that. He is not in here. I can't pull him up here to get a word with him, unfortunately, but we will be hearing from him next Monday night. And shout out to Tucker. He almost had himself a win on Monday night in the Light Series. Didn't come to fruition, unfortunately. Got wrecked in the final corner, but at the end of the day, we still had a pretty good Light Series race to tune into. And speaking of that, Monday night will be the championship race, so make sure you tune in for that. Pace car is off for Dylan Basin and Alex Hill, Malik Ray, and Jared Haynes. Good jump on the bottom for Dylan Basin. Really good jump. Alex Hill still got that right rear of Basin, though, so he's going to reel him back in here. Maybe Jared Haynes even connecting quicker than Malik Ray is. But I wonder what Malik's going to do here. Is Malik going to try and find a spot in line right here behind Jared Haynes? Oh, he's just not going to be able to. He's going to have to push Dylan Basin instead, as Axel Smith came with too much momentum and filled that hole on the top side of the racetrack. Basin getting a little squirrely with the pushes from Malik Ray. But a real strong surge from Malik Ray and Dylan Basin. Basin can clear up here if he wants to, but he is going to continue as is. He's going to stay down there on the bottom side of the racetrack. Hill with a surge on the top, but it's just not enough right now. Basin going to get a run in the corner. Oh, Hill's around. Is Hill going to save it? He will. What a save by Alex Hill. Looks like Malik Ray, when he went to push Dylan Basin right there, it kind of got everybody discombobulated, and Ray kind of came back up the racetrack a little bit. I hesitate to say there was contact from Malik Ray to Alex Hill. It looked like potentially a little bit of netcode like we were talking about. But either way, great job by the field to save that and sort it out. And now I'm kind of confused. I don't even see Alex Hill on the racetrack. I'm not sure where Alex went. Let's see. Oh, he's all the way back here. I don't know how that happened. He must have blinked out or something. But back up front. Wait, you're going to crash again. No, we're not. Falkingham, what a save by the 39 car. Him and Kyler Wynn getting into it that time. Chris Walker coming with a hellacious run. And it's gonna kind of get held up right there. Look at the field right now. There's no organization at all going on at the moment. And there's Chase Mistretta in the 8 car. He's coming back up here. Take a look at the chat for one quick moment. Oh, sure. Oh, Quentin Steinbach in the chat saying Tucker's in here. I think there's no finer time than to bring Mr. McClendon down here in the booth with us. If we can. I might just have to go up here with him. This is risky. I'm about to join an open channel to talk to Tucker McClendon, but we're going to make it happen. Tucker McClendon, Landon in the booth. You got a copy.
Oh, I got you there, Landon.
Yeah, so it's getting a little hectic out here on the racetrack, and as I say that, once again, here comes the top lane with Falkingham, Walker, and Mistretta, and we'll take a quick look at you, and then we're going to take it back up to the front. There's Tucker right there, kind of just hanging back right now, and honestly, it's probably for the best.
Yeah, sitting back here in 18th right now, just watching these cars get squirrely up here and see what they're going to do. You know, try to stay out of it and be there at the end.
You know, all things considered, it's kind of been a clean race so far. I know we just had that yellow flag, but it wasn't a big crash by any means. Very little damage. Look at Falkingham now. Him and Malik Ray been going at it. They were going at it last night. They're going back at it once again. Falkingham, a great run on the top side of the track, is going to bring him up to second place, and now he just doesn't know what he wants to do here. He's clear to the bottom, but he really wants that outside line. And we look at you, Tucker, back there in, what is that, about 7th and now 8th in the middle. Baznez hops down in front of you. What's your outlook for the rest of this one?
Oh, you know, I'm probably just going to get up here. I want to see how the racing is a little bit. I'll probably drop back just a little bit. I really hated that we had a caution on that green flag. I think it got jumbled up. Chris came down in front of me. I got him. I had about 30, 40 seconds of damage. Got that all taken care of. But I think, you know, these Windows races seem to have a lot of green flag runs in them. And so looking forward to that. But we'll see. Sometimes they turn into shit shows when you least expect it.
Yeah, and you know, you kind of expect to see that eventually, because coming down to the end of a race, you know, everyone's getting desperate. Everyone's got to try and make a move, and we'll probably see that later on. Hopefully, we don't see it for too much longer. Quick question for you, Sucker: how much fuel on a full tank are you getting?
Oh, we are at 4.3 right now, and at 10, I think it's about 14 laps.
Okay.
That we're getting. So it's 40% fuel, but it's about around that 15, 16 is what we're getting.
I got you. Well, we were just curious for the green flag pit stops. What we were seeing right there, everyone did decide to come in on lap 15. Then we got a caution. Unfortunately, a little bit of an incident on pit road that you were involved in. Luckily, you got away okay, as did everyone else. So we'll look forward to the rest of your race, Tucker. And hey, you did a good job in the light race. Now, maybe we can go up here and seal the deal.
Oh, I choked the light race away. I didn't do a good job. I completely screwed it up. Josh got a little loose. It made me loose. I shot up, couldn't save it. You know, it is what it is, but learn from it and move it on. Free Evan, I think that's a good thing to say at this point in time. Use this platform to advocate. I didn't even know Trevor was in the damn race. But free Evan. I love that guy. I didn't get invited to your Dega trip. I was pretty pissed off about that, but it's okay. I love you still, Landon. We can share a hotel
Okay.
bed anytime.
All right. We'll get. You will be at Dega with us in October, if you would.
Oh yeah.
Sounds great. Well, we'll watch the rest of this one, and I was trying to give you some kind words. I was trying to compliment you. You did do great in the light race. You know, wreck happened, but still, you did good.
Yeah, no, I survived, and that was carnage. That was absolute good racing, but carnage.
Hold on. Bazinez and Mistretta getting into it.
We're four
wide. Bazinez going backwards here. There's McClendon in the 00 Tennessee orange and white Ford Mustang going to split out Freddie Bazinez after he almost got turned by Chase Mistretta, it looked like.
That's no surprise.
I don't want to. Again, I don't know. I don't think Mistretta came up into it. I don't know. That's just what I saw. But everyone got away with it okay.
Yeah. Netcode is pretty bad. I think, you know, Chase and Nick got into it earlier. They were jibbing and jabbing on the radio. You got to watch out for those two. I love Chase. Nick, on the other hand, well, no comment. But it's fine.
Well, hey, you're slowly getting up there, Tucker. We'll be watching you the rest of the race, and hopefully it'll end up well for you.
Hey, yeah. Hey, let's. Freddie's gonna take my left rear. I should just fucking turn him right here. Sorry, that was not safe for a broadcast, but I would never do that. I would not pull an Evan. All right, thanks, Landon.
Yeah, absolutely, Tucker. We'll be watching. There we go, Mr. Tucker McClendon. Y'all wanted an in-race interview with him. Well, you got one. We usually save that for Mondays, but here's a Wednesday. We're going to talk to him. Chase Mistretta is still blinking out right there in the middle, and that just It leads me to think it was once again net code between him and Freddie. Chase has always had blinking issues. He lives in the mountains of Colorado, for goodness sake. You know, you kind of you gotta expect that at some point. But, you know, we're talking about Freddie. Freddie went all the way back, and now here he is single-handedly pushing Jeff Merck very nearly clear of Daniel Falkingham up there. Just not close enough. But here comes Austin Green in the 34 car also, trying to get up there. And he will do that successfully, but again, it's only 3 cars. You can make something happen with 3 cars. Preferably, you want another one, maybe even 2 more, to generate that energy even more. And oh, Falkingham clears down. Merck had a very quick look at it, maybe, to clear down to the middle in front of Trevor Osmanoff. Not going to be enough for Merck, and now they're going backwards. Freddie getting a little bit hot. And now Merck getting a little squirrely right there. And Austin Green, poor Austin. I mean, he was up front. And then whatever happened between him and Alex Hill sent him all the way to the back. And every time he tries to come back to the front, something seems to happen to him. But he's hanging in there right now as Baznez appears to go and try and let Jeff Merck in line. That's a very sportsmanlike move by Freddie to let Jeff come back in line with him. Up front, it's all Falkingham still. All too used to seeing this at this point. Daniel Falkingham has made his name known here really across all these series. If he's in a race, he's automatically one of the favorites to win, as is Malik Ray right behind him. Same would be said for Kyler Wynn. Looking for Kyler. Where's he? Oh, there. Okay, there he is. He's back there. 6th in line on the bottom, about 11th position right now, or 12th. We will be seeing Kyler back up here. We know that. We'll see him try and get up here and try and win him a race. Miles Bagley, look at him trying to peek out and get that air. Kind of a bold move right there. Kind of putting a lot of trust in Nick Seipel to not split him out right there. That was a little bit of an extreme move to the top side to try and get a little bit of air. I respect that decision because, I mean, at this point, you really don't have an option. But here comes Jeff Merck, Freddie Bassett, and Austin Green once again. That trio trying to make that 3rd lane work once more, and they still don't have any help. Got to start feeling for him at some point. Jeff Merck on the top. Here he comes. He's got a great surge. He's easily going to clear Trevor Rosenroth, I believe. Sure enough, he will. Jeff Merck takes it all the way down to the bottom. So does Freddie Baznez. What? The middle lane just got eviscerated right there. Great job by Jeff Merck and Freddie Baznez, but, oh, man. Once again, poor Austin Green. Hung out to dry. He's going to find a home down there, 3rd in line in the middle as Osmanoff finds a home, I should say, 3rd lane on the bottom. We're going to be approaching these pit stops again soon. Next couple laps, I predict, especially for considering our first pit stop and what Tucker McClendon just told us. And you look at everybody else, here they come. Osmanoff, Ray, and a few others trying to find them. Where did y'all go? There we go. Clean entries, it looks like, from everybody. Who we got here? We got Chase Misrett, Axel Smith, Chris Walker, Jared Haynes, Mike Davenport, Chris Ramsey, Adam Young, Tucker McClendon all coming in. Miles Bagley did as well. We saw Trevor Osmanoff and Malik Ray obviously come in and take their stop. There's a look at Mr. Ray. I think that's all we're going to have here. Adam Young is in also. Looks like Alex Hill coming in for a pit stop also. But I'm wondering if Alex Hill is... Yeah, Alex is about to be going a lap down here. Actually, probably a really smart move by Alex to try and come in with the group that's probably going to cycle back out to the lead so he can lead this group and then hope for a yellow flag to come out later. That's a genius move by Alex Hill. Here comes the rest of the field. Hunter Hastings going to hit the wall, and he's going to avoid everybody. Great news for the field. Falkingham, Basin, Baznez win. Real, Hastings, Seipel in. Eberhardt's in. Jones, it looks like, might be in as well. I'm trying to find Dylan. Not sure, but there's a look at the 75 of Seipel. We still have some cars out here on the racetrack. Brian Hennings, Brock Westmoreland, Austin Green, Sterling Thess, Nash Brambilla. So basically the entire Team PGR contingent here in this race tonight. They're going to stay out one more time. We predict to see them come in this lap, I would presume. And sure enough, here they come. Austin Green kind of getting shuffled out to the outside of the racetrack, but he's going to come in cleanly. Let's go back up here and watch this cycle come out. That's Jeff Merck. And there you see on the left side, right side of your screen, excuse me, Alex Hill and Malik Ray. We'll take a look at them. Here they come. Full head of steam. Trevor Osbornoth in tow as well with Miles Bagley and Axel Smith. Malik Ray goes down for a second, but he's going to continue pushing. Alex Hill. Oh, Basin getting hooked by Nick Seipel. This guy's trying to surge up here to the front right now. Tremendous pit stop by this group of guys. Jeff Merck, Daniel Falkingham, Freddie Basnez, and Kyler Wynn. What a great pit stop by that group. They really got ahead of these guys. But they didn't get ahead of them too much because here comes Alex Hill and Malik Ray. Again, there you see Brian Hennings, Brock Westmoreland, Nash Brambilla coming out to try and cycle in, but they're losing a lot of time right now. Basnez picks it up, so does Kyler Wynn. Basnez to the lead with Wynn, with a little bit of left rear damage for Kyler Wynn. Alex Hill now as a lap car lead pusher in the outside lane for Kyler Wynn. Doing a great job. Oh, it bursts around! Hill's saving it, he's not! Alex Hill around on the front straightaway. That better be a yellow flag. I mean, that's a huge accident. And now we're still... Look, where's the caution? Tucker McClendon's in it. Kenny Reel. And there's the caution. Finally gonna fly. Brock Westmoreland's in it. There's Adam Young. I'm trying to see. Alex Hill started... It seems like blinking out again. In the middle of that wreck. Couldn't even find it, but look at the damage to the 77 car. One of tonight's threats. I won't say eliminated, but that's a healthy amount of damage for Alex, so he's probably going to be... He's going to need a lot of help here towards the finish of this with cautions, try and fix that car back up. But there it is. It wasn't going to last forever, and we saw it happen right there. There's the yellow flag. Such a late yellow flag. We'll go back. This started on an entry to the tri-oval. Jeff Merck getting squirrely up into Alex Hill, and that's going to spin him across the nose of Malik Ray, and that camera goes behind the stands. And there's everybody else. Goodness. Stephen Miles is done, too. And, oh, my. Brock Westmoreland coming in late, too. Well, I'm going to look at this again before I say anything about arc braking, but... Sure look like it. There's a look at Hill around. Look at Malik Ray doing everything he can. Oh, Trevor Osbornoth. They got destroyed in this. Tucker McClendon, Miles is done too. Davenport with a lot of damage, and then bam. Brock Westmoreland. I don't know. I don't think that's really arc braking per se, but it's a little bit of unnecessary damage for Alex. I think Alex was really going to get away from this okay. There's another look from the same view. I mean, look. I mean, he's okay. Not bad. And then, oh, a hit there from Kenny Reel, and then that rear bumper just gets nailed. Back and back this up again. So Merck connects with Basnez. Looks like Falkingham kind of gets to the back bumper of Merck at the same time, and that's going to spin Merck up into Alex Hill, and nothing Alex could do. Man, Stephen Miles, he's completely destroyed. Alex Hill might get away with not too bad of damage, but I don't know. That one's pretty tore up. Let's look at the starter cam. Lots of cars getting lifted off the ground in that one. There's another one. Alex Hill getting hit by Westmoreland. Let's go back. Let's take it on board with Alex Hill. He's pushing Kyler Wynn. Lots of driving going on in that, but at the end of the day, not much he can do. Let's go on board. Let's go with Stephen Miles here. I want to see what he saw through this, because Miles, he got absolutely destroyed. Oh, just... Unfortunately picked the wrong lane right there. Trying to avoid the wreck. Probably might have predicted the car is going high. Unfortunately, Kenny Reel, there he was, sitting right there in his lap. Speaking of Kenny Reel, let's move this over to him. Trying to avoid, and then there's Alex, and then he's just getting bulldozed. And I hate to do it, but let's go back and take a look at our buddy Tucker McClendon. We're just talking to him. Sitting behind Chase Mastretta, and... ooh! Probably the end of the night for Tucker too. Let's go to Trevor Osrenaut real quick, because Trevor, he really had nowhere to go on this one. He sees that happen, he chooses to go up, and then just right in his lap, Alex and Malik. Kind of weird for Alex's car to like stay where it was right there for a second. That's probably what Trev saw too. Just kind of hung on the bumper of Malik for a second there on the wall. And then nothing more could be done. Let's go back live. There's a look at Hill. Still pretty destroyed is Alex Hill. Let's take a look at Stephen Miles too. Yeah, Stephen Miles doesn't even have a hood. But the thing is, for these guys, they need to stay in it. You know, they got to stay in it. Hope for some more cautions to come out and try and fix everything they can. There's Freddie Baznaz with a lot of damage also. On that left rear, who else did we have here? Mike Davenport, he was another one. There he is. He doesn't have a hood. Tucker McClendon still sitting in the pits. Hunter Hastings still sitting in the pits for some reason. Just Chase Mastretta, but I think we're about to go back green flag racing here. As we will. Kyler Wynn. And big stack-ups happening. Around goes Corbett. And they're going to keep it green. They're going to save it. Huge stack-ups going on right there. Unfortunately, to the dismay of Sean Corbett, who was in a prime position, restarting in third, and just kind of get taken out like that. Now, look at the separation in the pack. I want to see if we can get like a big view of this. Okay, let's go back up front. See, look, there's the leaders. They're kind of formed back up. And then you got two cars somewhat bridging everybody else. I'm trying to see who that is. I think it's Josh McCullough and Jared Haynes. It appears to be. We'll see them as they come back around here. And there's a crash in the back. There's a crash in the back. Big hit. We got one on its roof. I think it's Nash Brambilla. Sure enough, Nash Brambilla barrel rolling down the banking in turn number 3 at Daytona International Speedway. Trying to drive it away, but I mean, sometimes you can flip a car and continue. That one he's not going to be able to. Engine smoking. That right front tire is completely off. Can't even steer it. That's unfortunate for Nash. Going to be taken out here with 19 laps to go. He's still trying to drive it. Trying to drive it just like Dale was trying to do whenever he flipped in the 97 500. Got back in it. See if he could finish the race, but Nash, yeah, he's just going to have to park that one. Mark Von Dell, also a lot of damage on his car. And if I saw this correctly, I think they were the only two cars involved. Let's go back. Ooh. Seems to start with Von Dell here. He's pushing Kenny McCullough, and he just kind of comes down on Freddie. And he's going to come back up. Oh, Nash Brambilla. And Steve Miles gets another piece of damage in this. I'll tell you what, it's kind of rare to see an Xfinity car start flipping. Especially in that fashion. We don't usually see that. We see trucks start turning into airplanes all the time, but not Xfinity cars. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a better angle of this initial contact here. This should be a good one. So Vondi is just pushing his teammate right there. He just, yeah. I mean, you can't really fault Freddie there. Freddie was holding his line, and then Vondel just a little bit of a misjudgment. It's gonna spin him down the racetrack, and we'll let's go back to Nash Brambilla. This is really gonna be the show right here. He sees the crash, tries to slow down. Ooh. 1, 2, 3 times for Nash Brambilla rolling. Let's back that up again. This'll really be the one right here. Here he is, tries to avoid it, goes high. Bam. Launched up into the air against the 59 car of Vondel and against the outside safer barrier. And there's 1, 2, and eventually 3 rolls for Nash Brambilla here in turn 3. We don't really see that, especially in only a 2-car crash. Don't see that happen too often. But that's what happened here in Nash tonight. Let's really get the good view here. Let's go on board with him. Right from the driver, let's see what he sees. He saw that coming last second, too. You could see it. You could see the panic in that steering movement. Just nothing he could do at that point. Let's go back and take a look at Mark Vondel. Because I think he gets a pretty good view of watching Nash barrel roll. What a crazy sight that is. See, this is one of those moments you gotta be thankful that this is just iRacing and it's not real life, right? That'd be pretty brutal for Nash if it was in real life. But let's get a couple more angles of this if we can. There's that initial contact of Vondel. We'll switch it here and bam. Somebody else I want to actually see in this, Stephen Miles. I believe he got a little bit of piece of this. I don't know if he net coded through Vondel, and maybe that saved him from having even more extensive damage. Oh, he's gonna blink out for a moment, and then come back right when that hit happens. And right there, it seems like he missed him. So that's good news for Stephen Miles. Let's go back live. There's Mark Vondel. Sitting in pit road. Nash Brambilla, obviously, his night unfortunately over after the wild ride. But good timing to come back live. Going to be coming to 15 laps to go with pace car rolling in for now Malik Ray and Austin Green. Leading the race with Trevor Osmoroth and Daniel Falkingham behind them. And oh, what a jump from the bottom. Malik Ray, Trevor Osmoroth. Look how clear they are of Austin Green. Austin kind of got caught sleeping right there. And he's going to decide to stay up. Now he wants to go back down. Chase Mastretta's back up here. Shout out to Chase. He had some early damage. He's back up here. Finds himself with a top 5 spot. Green topside. Osmoroth blocking. Oh, that's dirty. Austin Green just keeps getting boned at every direction. Like, he just... you got to start feeling bad. Someone go with Austin, man. Someone go out there and help him go somewhere. Austin's good. You can trust him. And maybe he's going to have some help here. And it's going to come in the form of Daniel Eberhardt and Chris Melton and Dylan Basin. So maybe not all hope is lost yet for Austin Green. But now, throughout all that, Trevor Osmeroth is now going to be the leader of the race. Getting a push from Malik Ray. He managed to jump around Malik, and now Falkingham's back up here. With Kenny McCullough, too. Haven't seen him up front all night just yet. Now Brian Hennings, we kind of saw him maybe fade from the front from early on in the race, and now he's back up here battling for a top 5 spot also. Third line in the middle. That third lane's really getting some help now. They know it's really go time. And based off of this, what we're seeing... lots going on the bottom right there, but it was about 15-ish laps of fuel that these guys had. And we kind of ran into this on Monday night. It's one of those situations of these guys are racing like this as Austin Green gets walled and we're crashing in everybody. Maybe not. It's just D3 and Chris Melton, Dylan Basin. They hold the yellow flag. And, oh, Chris McCullough. Looks like he kind of got sent up there into the back bumper of D3. And once again, Austin Green. Just, wow, what a terrible night for Austin Green. Falkingham is now the outright leader. He gets down in front of Trevor Osmeroth. Kenny McCullough leading this middle lane now. Him and Brian Hennings trying to push, and Osmeroth kind of comes up into Hennings. A little bit of a weird connection. Chris Walker blocking Kyler Wynn. That was almost real bad for the field. Blocking him to stay in that middle lane. Nick Seipel in the 75. There he is now underneath Walker as Wynn now comes up fourth on the bottom, and lots of iffy pushes going on now. We're going to start wadding them up here in a second. You can just see it coming. There's so much going on in this lead pack at the moment. Osmeroth with a little bit of damage now on that right rear. He decided he wanted to go back up, try and get back around Falkingham, and he will do so. Or at least attempt to at the moment. He's not clear yet. Kenny McCullough trying to push him for all he's worth. Maybe we've calmed down a little bit? I don't know. I'm still waiting for that third lane to show back up again. And there it is. Maybe. Austin Green thought about it, and he will. So will Miles Bagley, so will Freddie Bazin and Sterling Thess. That's what the third lane is comprised of at the moment. Dylan Jones, it looks like, trying to take a look at it, and maybe. That's kind of early for Dylan to do that. Might work out for him. Chris Walker gets underneath him. To foul back in, and Osmeroth's getting hooked, and so is Seipel. Seipel's going to save that down there on the bottom of the side of the racetrack, I would imagine. Yes, he will. Great save by the 75 and Nick Seipel. Malik Ray topside. Daniel Falkingham and Chase Mastretta are now... Oh, look at that push from Chase. Full throttle push. A little bit offset to Daniel Falkingham, but I'm sure Dan still appreciated it. At least it got him going somewhere. Chase still right there on that back bumper as you see the lap, now soon-to-be lap machine of Daniel Eberhardt III, D3, unfortunately taken out just a few laps ago. Osmeroth somehow got shuffled up to the top side, but he's kind of hanging in there still. Osmeroth with a push from Dylan Jones. I think Freddie Bazin is right there. Freddie kind of being indecisive in what lane he wants to be in right now. He keeps thinking about the third, and then he wants to go back to the second, the middle lane, and he just kind of keeps floating around. Looks like he's finally going to commit to that third lane. That's going to be a welcome sight for Trevor Osmeroth, and we're going to try and crash it again. I think they saved it for the moment. Bagley topside in front of Sterling Thess. That middle lane losing a little bit of momentum and a little bit of energy now as a lot of drivers going up there to that third lane trying to make it work. I say that, but oh, Kenny McCullough. Kenny McCullough topside in the 03 car. Going to refresh those temps on that third lane. We'd expect them to surge right about now. Falkingham clears, again, not something you want to see if you're the third lane, really, Kenny McCullough. But look what that leaves now. Chase Mastretta who was involved in about 2 wrecks at the beginning of the race, now is the leader of the inside line with a push from Kyler Wynn. 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 throughout the whole lead pack now. It's going to start getting dicey. 8 laps of racing left. In regulation. I feel like it's important to say that. In regulation. Falkingham now clears back down in front of Mastretta. That's going to leave Malik Ray still leading the middle lane, and that top lane's just starting to lose a little bit now. But as they do that, who knows, if they start losing enough, maybe Brian Hennings can get up there, or who knows, maybe Malik Ray. I'm kind of surprised Malik hasn't tried to go up there and block that third lane yet, but on the flip side of that, why would he? You know, he's kind of in a good spot at the moment. Let's just stay there in the middle. Sterling Thest in the wall behind him. He's going to recover. Going to lose a little bit of that energy that's been generated for that third lane again. Chris Melton in the 52. Now Jeff Merck is going to go up there and try and help it up a little bit more. Kenny McCullough, he's hanging strong. So is Trevor Osmeroth as the pusher. But Trev's real hot. And Hennings is going to come up into Kenny. And that's going to hurt their momentum a little bit. We saw the one of Malik Ray. He tried to clear down in front of Falkingham, just didn't have it. And now Falkingham will maybe have a look at getting clear here if Chase Mastretta can really get on that back bumper. I don't know if it's going to materialize just yet, but look at the surge from the top. That middle lane's starting to fade a little bit. Kenny McCullough. And as you say that, he starts fading. It's just a momentum game out here at Daytona. 6 laps to go. Coming to 5 on the back straightaway. Glad we've had this handled for this long. I'm still kind of waiting for it to explode, if we're being honest, but everyone's done a good job so far. Falkingham well clear now. It would presumably come up in front of Malik, give Chase some temperature. That's exactly what he's going to do. Kyler Wynn trying to get to the back bumper of Chase Mastretta in the 8. But bottom lane isn't really organized at the moment. Like, you got 3 guys that are pretty tight together, but Kyler just seems like Kyler can't get there. Now he will. There we go. He's going to start pushing Chase with Jared Haynes behind him. But that inside line is just not really going anywhere, and there it is. Maybe, maybe not. Brock Westmoreland and Miles Bagley, and then... Oh, wow. There it is. Basin, Bagley, Reel, Seipel now getting spun somehow. I don't know what that was about. I mean, all right, I guess. I don't know. That was strange. Dylan Basin is out of tonight's race. He just had to tow his car back. Let's go back. It's kind of started from what appeared to be a stack up in the middle lane, maybe starting with Basin. It looks like, at least. Let's go up and see. No, never mind. Corbett into Bagley, up into Basin and Young. Young down into Westmoreland, and then Seipel into Basin, down into Young, and in Bagley. And then it just continues. Kind of an odd-looking wreck. Let's go back again. I kind of want to get a better understanding of this. Going to be a big checkup right here. Bagley tries to check up, then Corbett is going to hook Bagley up the track into both Basin and Young. That's going to send Westmoreland down and Bagley. Young's going to continue, it appears. But then Seipel pushing Basin, then Seipel comes back down and hooks him. Not egregiously by any means, but that's what sent Basin around just now. And then Bagley coming back up the racetrack into an innocent Adam Young at this point, just getting bullied. And then Corbett going to get a little piece of this, and then Basin back into Seipel. And Seipel turned back down in front of him, Basin hooked him. Let's go back and focus this on Miles Bagley. Because he went down there, and then what I initially saw is he kind of came back up, and yeah, I mean, not really much he could do there. Oh, Kenny Real. And Brock Westmoreland. I wonder if Brock got another piece of this. Just a kind of an odd crash here. Sorry, I'm somewhat at a loss for words. Just a lot going on right there. Let's go on board with Kenny Real for a moment. Kenny, you could hear him, how cautious he was being right there in the back of the pack. He saw it start, you could hear the throttle. Like, he was doing everything right there right. Just for this to be his reward. You know, that's just kind of the brutality of super speedway racing at that point. Let's go back to Nick Seipel. Yeah, just kind of all in the mess of the stack up. Really more than anything. And Seipel goes around. And that would be the end of that. Let's go back to Basin. Following Adam Young. Gets doored, saves it. Then gets spun. Just a ping pong ball at that point was Basin. Back this all the way up. Kind of a long crash to develop. Hey, what a great job by Sterling Fest up there. How about that? You see him, there he goes now on your screen, the 26 car, I believe is what he normally runs. Great job by him. Getting on those brakes and making sure he avoided all that. Shout out to Sterling. Back here, and Dylan Basin is officially out of tonight's event. Obviously, at the wheel damage right there is pretty brutal for him. I believe Kenny Real will be out as well. Maybe not. Kenny Real, he's out, but he's still at least in the session. Let's go up here, and Falkingham is the leader. I'm not sure if this will be a green-white checkered or a natural green-white checkered. Let's see if I can change that real quick. Well, evidently I can't, so we're gonna just go with it. Daniel Falkingham, Kenny McCullough, Malik Ray, Trevor Osmanoff, Chase Mistretta, the top 5, with Jones, Hennings, Wynn, Basnez, and Walker. Rounding out the top 10, look at the top lane restart. Kenny McCullough coming down, kind of dooring Dan Falkingham. So far, so good, really, for Falkingham, though, on that bottom lane of the racetrack. With a push from Malik Ray, that top lane's organized, but I don't know. They're surging on the bottom right now. Falk might probably get a look at clearing up, and he will, if he'll choose to take it. Easily clear at the moment. That top is just not going places right now. But here it comes back. Look at Kenny McCullough. I swear, they make me eat my words every time I talk. Kenny McCullough to the lead in turn 3. All the way clear, down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Third lane developing. Jeff Merck, Chris McCullough, and Austin Green once again trying to make that third lane work. Dylan Jones is hooked. He gets spun out to the top side of the track, but he continues. And now Falkingham pushes Kenny McCullough to the white flag. 1 lap of racing left at Daytona. Trevor Osmanoff leading that middle lane with a push from Kyler Wynn. He's getting him sideways. I'm surprised Falkingham didn't try and take that in front of Trevor Osmanoff. Here comes Trev in that Jack Shack car in the number 89. What's he going to do here? Is Kenny McCullough going to try and go up and block? He's not going to. Trevor Osmanoff's going to surge by that middle lane, and we're trying to crash. They're going to save it. for the moment. Maybe not. Still trying to hook, and there it is. Two of them, Sterling Thess and Chris McCullough. Now the bottom surges. Kenny McCullough, Trevor Ozernoth, Daniel Falkingham, Kyler Wynn, a little bit of netcode. Kenny McCullough in the 03 car. I think he's going to have a great shot at this. McCullough's around. So is Falkingham, and so is Trev. But Kenny McCullough gets away. Maybe not. Kyler Wynn with a surge, a late surge on the top side of the racetrack. And he will win over Freddie Bazinez and Kenny McCullough. Kyler Wynn, your winner here tonight. Wow. Out of nowhere, Kyler Wynn. And Freddie Bazinez. 1-2 finish for that pair of drivers. Kenny McCullough, heartbreak for him. Wondering if might be receiving some EOLs here. I'm not sure exactly who it would be on. But Kyler Wynn is your winner here tonight. Race 8 at Daytona International Speedway. Let's try and take this back real quick, because I thought everything was just fine and dandy for these leaders, and the second the camera cut, it all of a sudden wasn't. So let's go back. Ooh. Oh, Malik into Falkingham, and that's gonna, yeah, okay, that's what's gonna do it right there. Kyler, I believe Kyler does nothing wrong here. He's should be fine in terms of not getting an EOL or anything of that nature. But really, heartbreak for Kenny McCullough. Just, oh. That's tough for him, and look at this finish coming back to the line. Crazy finish. Oh, Austin Green had to look at it too, but then he gets kind of spun out right there. Kenny barely getting third place. But, wow, what a finish here tonight for these guys. Let's take this back live. We're going to go ahead and go through our final results, then we'll try and grab your top 3 finishers for interviews. We already have Kyler Wynn and Freddie Bazinez down there. Trying to wait on Kenny McCullough. We'll see if we can get a word with him tonight. Kyler Wynn, Freddie Bazinez, Kenny McCullough. Top 3 finishers here tonight. Austin Green, 4th. Jeff Merck, 5th. Dylan Jones, 6th. Malik Ray, 7th. Brian Hennings in 8th. Jared Haynes, 9th. And Chase Mistretta will finish 10th. Chris Melton in 11th. Chris Walker, 12th. Brock Westmoreland, 13th. Axel Smith, 14th. Joshua McCullough will finish 15th. Nick Seipel will be 16th. Daniel Falkingham, 17th. Adam Young will finish 18th. 19th place will be Chris Ramsey and Alex Hill back in 20th. Sean Corbett finishes 21st. Mike Davenport, 22nd. Trevor Ozernow, 23rd. Stephen Miles, 24th. Chris McCullough, 25th. Sterling Thess, 26th. Kenny Reel, 27th. Miles Bagley, 28th. 29th will be Dylan Basin. Daniel Eberhardt, the 3rd and 30th. Tucker McClendon, 31st. And Ash Brambilla, 32nd. Mark Vondell, 33rd. And Hunter Hastings will round out tonight's field in the 34th and final position. So, we are going to step back for a second, try and grab our top 3 finishers for interviews, and we'll be back from Daytona. Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. We're going to go ahead and start off our post-race festivities with tonight's winner, Kyler Wynn. Let's go ahead and try and drag him up here real quick. Kyler Wynn, landing in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Well, really a great win by you right there. As I was looking back at it and seeing what obviously chaos just occurred out of the final corner right there. And looking back at it, I think your teammate Freddie, y'all are all clean. Y'all easily came through and just won the race right there as a result of all that chaos. Just in general, walk us through your race.
Yeah, pretty. Well, I don't really know. It was pretty uneventful. Kind of just sat in line. The whole race didn't really do anything out of the ordinary. It's better to be lucky than good sometimes in these races, especially in the B car and the truck. I definitely was more lucky than good right there, so I'll take that. Yeah, I don't really know. Nothing sticks out in that race. Nothing, I didn't get any wrecks. I didn't wreck anybody. Just kind of was there and got lucky.
Yeah, and well, I think you said it really best right there. You got to be more lucky than good, really, in all these races at this point. But at the end of the day, it's another win to add into your record books here in RNR. So, looking forward to next week. I'm not sure how the point standings are. I had to broadcast this. I haven't really kept up with the series, but hopefully this will be a good step in your direction to try and win you a championship here this season. Go ahead and give out your thanks and your shout-outs.
Yeah, factory steps in the car. Freddie for the push there at the end. And all of my teammates. Having so many teammates makes it easier and more fun just to chat throughout the race. So huge shout out to them.
There we go. That is the word from our race winner here tonight, Kyler Wynn. Thanks for talking to us. Congrats.
Yep.
And next up, we will have Freddie Bazinez here tonight, our second place finisher. Here he is. Freddie Bazinez, you have a copy.
What's up, Lynn?
Yeah, kind of an eventful race for you. We were talking to Kyler. It wasn't really too eventful for him. He just managed to sweep through and get the win right there, and we congratulate him for that. You had a little bit of damage. You were in a little bit of some sort of cautions tonight, some sort of crashes, none of which was your doing, but you come home, power through for a second place finish. Walk us through it.
Well, yeah, I mean, first part of the race, really, I was just chilling. I think it was around like 20 to go. I was P1 with the yellow coming out, and then I was saving fuel, right? I got a little too far out in front of the field. My car didn't start up. Hunter Racing, he was messing with the black box and ran over me, gave me like 7 minutes of damage. So, I mean, that's whatever. I'm not too mad at it. I'd probably do the same thing, but it's kind of annoying when you're leading. I mean, I got P2, so I could care less now. And yeah, just trying to gain my spots back from there. I think I got it down to 3 minutes, and then from there I just raced it out. That last restart, me and Kyler, he was 8th, he was 10th, so we were planning on making a third lane, but really, I mean, we just held the second, and we just gained spots. I mean, we kind of just stuck there. And I know Kyler was pushing Trev at one point, at like coming to 3, and they just all wrecked him. Both of us just got right through, P1 and 2, so yeah.
Well, that's exactly what you want to have happen. The way Kyler put it was sometimes you got to be more lucky than good, and that's it. I mean, y'all obviously are good. You put yourself in that position to be in there and take advantage of what happened underneath you, but still, you really got to enjoy it when you come through, power home, especially 1-2 finish for you and your team. Go ahead and give out your thanks and your shout-outs.
Yeah, thanks to Evan. Free Bussy, he did not do nothing wrong, bro. He got bitched. He had to wreck him. I would have done the same thing. Yeah. Thanks to all my teammates, Skyler, Miles, Malik, Nick. Thanks to you for broadcasting it. Thanks for James for sponsoring it tonight, and for the sponsor, and for putting on the show. So all 3 of those, and that's it.
There we go. That is the word from our second place finisher here tonight, Freddie Bazinez. Thanks for talking to us. Congrats.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get a word with our third place finisher tonight, Kenny McCullough. I'm not sure why that would be, but he is not in the waiting room, and we will not be able to speak to him tonight. So we'll leave it at that. Kyler Wynn and Freddie Bazinez, your first and second place finishers here tonight. It was a pretty good race, I thought. We had some green flag racing throughout it. Really, that kind of middle stretch right there until we had that incident with 5 laps to go. It was really nice to see that. Really refreshing. Good, pretty solid race, especially not as much net code as I was expecting either, as I said at the beginning of the race. So I definitely appreciate that. Appreciate all these guys here tonight putting on a show for everyone to watch. Appreciate all you guys in the chat, in the audience, tuning in, watching RNR here on PGR eSports. Tune in tomorrow night where we will have something a little bit different. We will have not the Intimidator Super Speedway Series, but the Intimidator Speedway Series, I guess, at Michigan International Raceway, or Speedway, whichever one it is. I forget that. It's up there in the Irish Hills somewhere. And I believe it's in the trucks too tomorrow. So that's going to be a fun one. Can't really decide if I want to race that or not. I'm still thinking about it, or I might have to end up being up here in the booth. Either way, it's going to be fun to either broadcast or race, and hopefully all of y'all out there will tune in and have some fun with us. Well, we appreciate you watching, and we hope you all have a very good night.
PGR, let it up! Lift fuse, no brakes, we don't play safe. Back in the pack, now we punching in the main stage. Draft team cut low like a blaze crate. Slide jumps hit like an 808 bass wave. Rip it, break it.